Neil Breen!
What?
The beast of man. No, not the... Oh, Captain Marvel, no. Oh, no, the bees! The bees, not the bees! I was there.
Where?
Where all the movies are. Hang on. Have we had a Nightmare on Elm Street moment?
I guess so.
Oh.
What you got?
Okay. Well, pick one.
The First Men in the Moon.
Okay, it's a good film. I'll raise you Full Frontal Nudity.
Oh, yeah. Dear bow bow.
Maybe moment. It's 3 digits now, so we're kind of having to start all over again.
Yeah.
To remain relevant. As if we ever... Anyway, hello, welcome back to Maybe Movies. We are at the start of a new month of making fantastical films that you will never get to see. Since the last time we were on, we've had a bit of an uptick. We've picked up a few new subscribers, so thank you to all of you.
Oh, thank you. And if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave us a comment. Please leave us a comment.
And if you are struggling to ever find the channel, then if you just look up like, subscribe, which is how we normally abbreviate the usual stuff.
Oh, yes.
We tend to come up straight away.
I think we may be the only ones.
Before we start, I'm going to do a very, very, very quick shout out. And this one is for Tuber Chat. Which is a live stream run by a guy called Kevin. Basically, it's a live stream that he does every weekend for content creators on the platform to get together, to meet and chat, and kind of associate with other content creators that they may not normally get to see.
Oh.
And obviously support each other on the platform.
Excellent. Socialising, it's all good.
Yes, absolutely. So yes, he does them Friday through to Monday, and he tends to do them at different times as well. So if you can't make all of them, there should be one that is at the optimum time for whichever time zone you happen to be in.
Oh, awesome. So check it out, folks.
And before we have a look at these properly, one last thing that we need to do, which is very, very important, and that is have a look at our winner from last month.
Yes, the poll.
Yes, we did have a few responses. I think we had 4 responses on this one.
Okay.
Which was 50-50.
Okay.
Because we both voted for Maximus the Glad.
Oh, yes.
So our choice still stands. So, yes, Maximus the Glad is our maybe movie for April 2022.
Yay.
There'll be things here to highlight that in a graphical kind of way. Fantastic. And again, thank you to everyone who did vote on the poll. Please do, again, if you are going to follow us this month, check it out. It will be up towards the end of the month. I'll let you know nearer the time. But it'll be up on our Twitter. I should probably try and stick one up on Instagram as well.
It's got to be worth a try.
Yeah.
This is going to be... So going to present a bunch of Victorians with an awful lot of full frontal nudity here.
Shocking.
Yeah.
This is going to be a strange one because I can see there's going to be quite a more invention than normal because of the structure of the films.
Yes.
We're going to have to change quite a bit.
Yes, we are. Yeah, there are a few things that have to be rejigged.
Probably more so in this one. We're obviously putting the characters from this in this.
Yeah.
Because of the structure of this. I'd forgotten about how much time is actually spent before they leave Earth.
Yeah, it's the full first third of the movie is still on Earth. Yeah. Which is weird, because when I was a kid, I remember the stuff being on the moon being the last act. Whereas it's 2/3 of the movie. It's funny how these things change in your memory, isn't it?
Well, that's weird, because on the other side, I remember there being more stuff in... I always remember it being more stuff on the moon. I didn't remember how much there was. I thought there was less at the start.
See, in my memory, it's more like the story of them trying to get to space, and then at the very end they do. And that's how I remembered it. But that's not the story.
I think
memory's a funny thing.
Although I will say about this...
Yeah.
I'd never spotted it before. Especially that opening, the first act, if you like.
Yeah.
I was like, hang on a minute. Crazy mad scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Getting very annoyed with his assistants. And having a space vehicle that's stored essentially in a hothouse. If you change his assistant's name from Gibbs to Munson...
Oh! Oh, I never would have made that connection. Yeah, yes, no,
I was like, considering this came out in *64, it's like, did they kind of use that? Was that part of the inspiration for the beginning of Flash? I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? Oh wow, that's like, what an interesting callback.
First thing that we might need to swap around then with this is, as far as I can tell, the first Men in the Moon, when they go back and talk about the bit. I mean, I suppose we'll look at it more when we actually do with it. Oh no, I've just suddenly got bang ideas. Or the part when they actually use the Cavorite, as far as I can see, that's supposed to be set at about 1899, isn't it?
Yes.
I did do some research. Slightly out of sync because Halley's Comet didn't reappear in the skies until 1910.
Okay, all right.
So I don't know if we need to cheek things slightly.
I mean, if we're going to be accurate, we'd have to.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how accurate that is with them, or because they never actually say what year it is in this anyway.
In Life Force. Well, no, I mean, I was thinking about this earlier. I think the implication is it's somewhere in the near future.
Right.
Mind you, when did... Was it the 90s Halley's Comet passed through, wasn't it?
86.
Was it 86?
It's every 76. It's about every 76 years.
Ah, right, okay. So obviously the movie was made to coincide with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's either an alternate present,
or
maybe that's what it is. Maybe it was just an alternate present where the space program was just a bit more advanced.
That's true.
You know, because I mean the ship was designed after the space shuttle and things like that. It was just bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is true. Yes, yeah. Because I keep forgetting with that. I always think about the stuff in the past. I keep forgetting about you've got the stuff in the present. So that does make sense. I don't want to get into it too much in this.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take away from when we actually do it. That's going to be part of the fun of the setup for that. Can you see any other immediate problems?
No. Not any huge ones. And like you said, I think we should save those for the actual episodes. So
we've got act-wise, Life Force is the only one that I was 100%... Well, I think I'm 100% on. I think I'm 100%. That's a complete oxymoron. I call it as end of Act 1, Carlson's return to Earth.
You see, I was originally thinking that, but that's literally the halfway point of the movie.
Yeah.
That's way too long for a first act. I would say it's when the girl escapes the facility.
Okay.
Which is about the 25-30 minute mark.
Yes, because there is a bit of a lull there, isn't there? When that happens, then the next thing is they go and find the body on the moor, on the common, don't they?
And obviously they have the bit with realising that the bodies are reanimating and stuff like that.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense. The next bit that I called was... it's around the time with Patrick Stewart.
I was thinking the same thing. It's after, because when they
go to get back on the helicopter, basically, the start of the third
that's
act.
it. Like just after they've interrogated her through him.
Yeah, because then everything kind of
just goes to chaos, and they realise that they've been distracted and everything's gone horribly pear-shaped.
Yeah. What did you find then for First Man on the Moon?
Right. Well, I feel like the first act is pretty straightforward. It's when they leave.
That bit I had.
Yeah.
It's just the third act I couldn't quite decide.
I want to say it's when what's his face goes back to rescue Cavor.
Okay. I forgot to write his name down.
So that it's before the bit when he's being interrogated. No, I don't know. What were you thinking?
I must admit, I had a question mark because I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Because there's the bit when they find the sphere, and then he's like, "Oh no, screw this! I've got to go and get the professor," and that's when he starts fighting and everything. I don't know. It just feels like that's the turning point when it sort of turns to them trying to get back.
Yes, that would make sense, because from up until that point, it's all about adapting to this new environment that they found.
And exploring it and everything.
And it's at that point that he actually becomes the aggressor.
Yeah.
And
I really noticed, like, I didn't notice it when I was a kid, but I was watching it and I was like, wow, he really loses his shit there.
He is an arsehole, isn't he?
Yeah, he really does.
I'd forgotten this. Yeah, that aspect of it, that actually, we're the monsters.
Well, yeah, certainly. That's one of the things that was implicit in there.
Okay, so I'll put it down as rescue attempt, or something like that. And we'll know what that means. Names, kind of having to turn the convention how I normally do it slightly on its head.
Mm-hmm.
One of them becomes First Force and the other one becomes Life in the Moon. that's the easiest way that I can do it. So I'm assuming that becomes Life. No. This would become Life in the Moon, because it's them taking the trip to the moon to discover life. This, with the vampires in it, becomes First Force, because they're the first force that came to the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. And it's interesting, a couple of things that I noticed again about this. There's some really interesting tropes that they've picked up and just ported straight across from Dracula. The way he describes the journey back to Earth.
I was thinking about that. It's the journey of the Demeter, isn't
it?
Yeah,
yeah. And the mind link between him, like Mina has with Dracula. Little things like that.
Little things, it is. Yeah. Again, stuff that I missed when I was a kid, but well, yeah, it's in there. Yeah.
Which one do you want to do first?
I don't know. Let's save the space vampires for later. Let's go.
Sorry, you're going to have to wait for the full frontal nudity. I'm going to get sued by Monty Python, aren't I? Sorry. So, Life in the Moon is going to be the first one that we do.
Okay then.
Yep. That's this one, yeah?
Yeah, that's this one, yes.
Yep, Life in the Moon. So that is the crew of the Churchill on a trip to the moon.
Indeed, yes. Should be interesting.
And what do they discover there? Brilliant. We will be getting into that then, starting next Wednesday.
Yes.
Of course, as always, please do have a wonderful weekend. A wonderful start to next week, and come back and join us then. Oh, I'm probably going to... I'll do it now because... I didn't want to do it just unsolicited, unannounced. As of next Wednesday, I'm going to put back the release time of these episodes from midday, our time here in the UK, to 4 p.m.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more manageable, or it's a little bit more time-friendly for our viewers elsewhere in the world. But that's it. Anyway, again, we shall see you then at 4 o'clock next Wednesday. Until then, take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.